Today, we will witness moments where these disgustingly corrupt cops are exposed and forced to face the consequences of their actions. Their arrogance crumbles, leaving them humiliated in front of the public they once mistreated. On August 23, 2020, while on patrol in Chicago, police officers decided, without warning, to place a young guy named Leroy Kennedy under arrest. Unexpectedly, the interaction became heated, raising several concerns about the officer's actions that day.
No, chill out. You got real roll, yo. Real roll, yo. Real roll, yo. Take this. We, just you. Take this. Come on, real roll, yo. You just busted. Take this. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing. Let him go, boy. Y'all just helping you. I'm taking off. Helping you. You just face up like this. Man, you just face up. That you stand on that bitch. He was trying to fight me. Man, you want to fight up. God, you touching me for no reason, bro. I ain't got shit on you, bro. I ain't take off running. I walked off. I ain't run. I walked off. On my man, I'll put him in on. Stop pushing him, bro.
It would be expected that now that Leroy was in custody, the situation would calm down. But rather than easing, tension seemed to be increasing.
Bro, back up, back up. I'll be back. Back up. Back up. Give me some space. I'm trying to get medical attention, bro. Because you did. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's why we don't like y'all. Should kill y'all. I hate y'all. You just my face up, bro. I ain't that, bro. I have nothing. Why you take why y'all with me, bro? I walked off, bro. I walked off, bro. Did you move my hands? Bro, you want to search me, bro? I'll have up the copy you search. You can search me hands down, everything. I don't have nothing on me.
Hamlin in the custody. Take control now.
I got you.
Okay, now district guard, take a district guard. District guard, Hamlin in the custody. Augusta and Hamlin, take a district guard.
Tensions increased when additional police officers arrived on the scene. The cops appeared irritated and started directing their frustration toward the crowd. What began as a routine police interaction now seemed on the verge of spiraling out of control.
Let's go then, skinny. Take that off. 140-pound ass. 140 pounds. Hold with your homies. Talk to me. Take that off. I'm using that shit. Yeah. Get his face, bro. He wasn't like that when you just got out here. He was not like that. He was not like that. He said since I told him when you off the clock, he gonna get you every day. Where you staying? Where you staying? Take all that, bro. Ain't nobody trying to tell you. I appreciate you guys. Stay right there, that's fine. Why you getting all tough and down like that? Sticks on. You think I'm sticks on? That man was not like that. Me and just slammed on his head. He did, we know. We're not lying about it. Right. Oh, what the force for? When he started fighting around, he jumped him through the gate. He tried to talk to him. You pulled up.
The chaotic scene quickly changed into what seemed like a standoff between officers and civilians.
We don't need that. Yeah, because he slammed him on he did. I understand that. But he was coming up behind him. Okay? Trying to pull him away. It's on camera. It's on camera. White dude, bro. What's the issue? You need more training. I need more training. You need something back. Yeah. You got to look around. He said he's going to catch a body. Everything recorded. Him right here. He said he's going to catch a body out here. Everything. He came up to me with a stick. Bro, straight home. Take that pill, bro. Take that pill, bro. Take that pill, bro. Take that Look at his face, bro.
Officers had to quickly remove Leroy from the scene when the situation quickly got out of control. Not one law enforcement officer seemed to be trying to defuse the situation or calm the bystanders. Instead, the officers' lack of control became more evident.
You picked up a bag. It's on camera. I did. I will. I wasn't. Your ass was inside. I'm intimidated.
There's something obviously wrong with it.
The officers started acting unprofessionally, and the situation rapidly got out of hand. Their anger took over their actions, and their visible frustration and anger only escalated the chaos.
Make more than you, bro. Running. Remind me to take this. I got you, okay? I got you. We got you. And nobody gonna treat you badly. I'm gonna get you water and everything, okay?
The officers had no right to engage with civilians in the way that they did, using profanity and threatening to arrest them. As the police car started to back away, one of the officers kept hurling insults out the window.
Go see his sister, man.
Put their hand on.
He jumped out, he grabbed him. He didn't try to get aggressive with him. He picked him up and slammed him, man. On the guy in the car.
The officer, when the black gentleman told him to not touch him, the officer got mad and choked him.
Yeah,
and then he tried to resist. The officer took him and slammed him on the ground.
He wasn't doing nothing.
Why did the police officer get out of the car?
We have no idea. They parked right here. They parked right here. They were sitting down right here. He started walking towards them. The gentleman got up and started walking away. I guess he didn't want no problem. They never found nothing. He wasn't doing anything wrong. The black officer tried to corner him out, ran and chased him and blocked him out. He said, man, I ain't did nothing. Don't touch me. The officer grabbed him and started choking him.
My suggestion is, if you want to make a complaint, you can call COFRA. But obviously, it looks like the guy's under arrest for something.
A few bystanders attempted to clarify the situation and provide their interpretation of how things occurred. Although it is legal to use force against a fleeing suspect if deemed reasonable. However, Leroy didn't appear to be running, resisting arrest, or carrying a weapon at the time of the event, raising concerns about the need for such measures.
We come out thick. That's how we do. I'm just talking to the community, bro. That's it. I still love you, though. I still love you. I love you, Papa.
They need attention. All right, let's go. They just need attention. I don't want to give a
We jumped.
What y'all doing? What y'all trying to do? What y'all arrested?
What's he arrested for?
They instantly started fighting. But you don't know what you're arrested for?
I'll be arrested for. Hey, no, hey, see my face. Don't matter, man.
They started grabbing on Razor as soon as we walked up, grabbing his back, grabbing the back of his vest, pulling him away. We didn't even say
After brutally beating him, throwing him to the ground, and taking Leroy into custody, the officers seemed to have a moment of realization, which showed the incompetence of the law officials. It was only then that they asked the crucial question of what exactly is the guy being arrested for.
Injuries from the takedown? Yeah. I see you. Yeah.
Angelo Gray, 514-891-4. Angelo, I'm gonna smoke you. Angelo Gray, I'm gonna lose y'all job. Angelo Gray, I'm a searcher. Harry, ring the rep, yo, Robinson, long fuck. What those they got home, I'm gonna get all you. Angelo Gray.
It can be seen clearly that Leroy was using his phone when the officers put him in the squad car, but it took the cops more than a few minutes to realize they hadn't taken it away, further highlighting the officers' irresponsible and unprofessional behavior.
Touche.
Got some straight for the fence. Got some straight for the court.
I don't understand why you still up.
What's up?
Why you still up?
Why am I still what?
Why the you still up?
Why am I still what?
You heard what I said. Find you, right?
Patel 18129.
Damn sure gonna know. My lawyer come holler at y'all, damn sure gonna know.
Cool.
Damn sure finna get y'all food.
Alright, that's good.
Like, damn sure finna get y'all food. But tour,
Best of luck to you, buddy.
1829.
Best of luck to you, buddy.
Good luck. Got 200 down for the same. Got good. Why you grabbing me like that? Why you grabbing me for though? I don't get why he touching me, bro.
Leroy was then treated for his injuries by the EMS. When the cops investigated Leroy's arrest, they had no explanation for their conduct. They concluded that Leroy had looked them in the eye, widened his eyes, and then walked away. It seems Leroy was arrested for the crime of being surprised. He was charged with resisting arrest and aggravated assault of a peace officer, which were dropped later on. However, Leroy proceeded to sue the city of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department for personal damages. This next police officer fled from the scene after he realized he had messed up.
Judge, can you de-escalate? Can you de-escalate this situation? You need to stay away from me. First, it's 6 feet.
A young man found himself in the unexpected focus of Genesee Township Police, despite having no obvious reason for their attention. As the cops approached him, it became more and more unclear what exactly triggered this contact.
Is it that hard? Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Listen, we're not going to debate here on camera, okay? You're going to answer my questions, okay? And you're going to provide me your identification.
Am I legally obligated
You're being detained right now, yeah.
What crime am I being detained for? I need to know what crime
Where's your bag over here? You're littering.
I'm littering.
You put the bag down over there, but yet you're not saying nothing about it.
Are you going to de-escalate this, sir? He pulled me over and asked me what I'm doing here, and if I go to school here.
Do you go to school here?
No, I don't go to school here. But then he asked me why I'm leaving. I said, I'm just riding around the parking lot. And now he's asking me questions saying I'm littering and I'm being detained. You dropped the
bag over there. You can't even answer a question.
I'm not legally obligated to answer your questions. What's your name and your badge number?
That's statute.
Is that what you tell the judge?
Yeah, that's what I tell the judge.
Can you de-escalate? Can you de-escalate this situation? You need to stay away from me. First, it's 6 feet.
What do you tell the judge?
I don't have to tell the judge. I'm a private citizen.
Talk to the sergeant here.
Are you the sergeant?
I am.
The officer decided to take the young man into custody for what appeared to be a minor action, placing his backpack on the ground. The simple gesture somehow gave the officer the justification for escalating the situation.
Thank you for de-escalating this.
Okay.
What's your name and badge
Sergeant
number?
Basor. I'm with the Genesee Township Police Department.
Thank you for being professional.
All right. Is this your vehicle?
Hold on. I don't request any searches or seizures of my property.
It's your bag and you left
Is
it
it your
there.
bag? Yes or no? Is it your bag? Yes or no?
Yes, it's my bag.
Okay. Why
You
throw
put
it
my
down?
bag down,
Why
dude.
did you throw it down?
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm not illegally obligated to answer your questions, for one. For two,
I don't know who you are yet.
right? I've done nothing wrong, though.
Okay. Let's start there. Who are you? What's your first name?
Am I legally obligated to answer who I am?
I told you who I was.
Right, but am I legally obligated?
I didn't ask you.
I understand that.
You leave a bag somewhere and you go away from it. You lost all your rights to privacy with that bag. Okay? If you move away from it, it is now littering. He said that you're littering. I don't know it wasn't you.
I'm gonna tell you this, all right? I come here and I practice riding my motorcycle. I take my bag off and put it right there so I'm not riding with it on me.
Okay.
All I did was pull up, check my tire pressure, put my bag down, and he came up to me asking questions saying I was being detained. That's an illegal.
The situation took an unsettling turn when the sergeant showed up. He took command right away, and instead of de-escalating the situation, he made things worse. He seemed too comfortable adopting a more aggressive approach.
If he felt based on everything that's going on in the crazy world that we live in right now, people that leave bags around, that we're at a school where there's kids at and practicing football, he deemed it suspicious. He doesn't know who you are, so he's checking you out. I know
That's-
he's asking us some simple questions.
And that's understandable, but suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, if he deems it suspicious, just the same as if somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood and they dropped a bag that was near their home, when you want, or near your home, when you want us to at least check them out? to make sure they're okay?
100%, 100%. Right, but it was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. It was very unprofessional and aggressive. And he was treating me like I'm a criminal, like I did something wrong.
Nobody said you did anything
And then, are you going to be professional and identify yourself? You're a member of the public. No, you didn't. What's your name and your badge number? Thank you for being professional.
It is open to the public.
I didn't share it. That you illegally took my information. So he just said that's exactly right.
Because he has a lawful opportunity to do
He
so.
just-
If
I
he
just-
deems it- listen, I don't even know what your first name is. If he deems it suspicious and he's checking it out, he can do so, lawfully do so. And that's what he's doing here today.
The young man calmly questioned the officer's conduct, challenging the unwarranted search of his backpack and the baseless accusation of littering. He stood his ground and made it clear to the officers that he understood the law.
Why are we making this so much harder than it has to be?
It didn't have to be hard. It didn't have to be hard at all. All I said was, what I asked him, he asked the question, I asked the question.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, as it
It didn't
stands,
start out being defensive.
I don't,
Did you forfeit this bag when you sat it over there? You want
I don't forfeit my bag for sending it over there.
you drove it away, like I just got done saying, if you left it there and drove away from it, you lose an expectation of privacy for it.
No, that is not correct. You're telling me I can't send my bag down to practice riding my motorcycle?
But you jumped to a conclusion and went right to the defense.
Right, exactly.
No, I'm not legally obligated to tell him anything.
First of all, I don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he's checking it out,
Suspicion is not a crime.
you're operating a motor vehicle.
No,
on
I'm not.
school
I'm
property.
parked. I'm parked.
At the time you were. and you
I'm
left
parked
it
when he
at
pulled up. I was parked.
that. Okay. Do you have an identification? Do you have an identification?
And I don't answer questions. I'm not answering any questions. That was very unprofessional of him. It was very aggressive. I'm glad you de-escalated. I don't know what he would have done if you didn't de-escalate that.
This interaction emphasizes the importance of police upholding the law and respecting civilians' rights. It raises significant issues about the balance of power, responsibility, and the necessity of law enforcement acting justly and within the boundaries of the law.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
We're good? What do you mean we're good? I'm gonna.
You want something else done?
Yeah, your card. I want your card. I want your card. I want your card.
I'll make sure you get it. You
I
talk
got
to
it
me.
right here.
I
Thank
got it.
you.
I'll give it to him. He told you he was Officer Stachik.
Right, but that's ridiculous. He's a
doing
member
his
of the public.
He's doing his job. I'll give you his name. And we're investigating something that we deem to be suspicious. Now you're obstructing.
If I'm being detained for a crime.
Yeah.
He detained me. I didn't do no crime. He legally detained me. I didn't do any crime here.
Okay, detaining is different from an arrest.
Yeah, but you have to detain me for something I've done illegally.
To ensure that something isn't going on, and he's done so in enough fashion. Okay, he's done so in enough fashion to determine that there isn't a crime present. Right? We could have taken that extra step and said you're demanded, and we're demanding that we see a license from you. But he didn't.
I mean,
He's comfortable as to where he's at with it. We're leaving it as it is.
you're cops-plaining me right now. You're cops-plaining me. All I did was pull up here, and I was gonna practice riding my motorcycle. He pulled up, asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what is there a reason why you're asking all these questions? And then he got all like ego out of control and started saying I was detained and that this and that, and like all I was doing is asking him why I'm being questioned for illegal activity. I'm doing nothing illegal.
When the sergeant realized that the young guy was well versed in his rights, he attempted to de-escalate the situation by letting the man go. But he wasn't going to give up without a fight, as he was quite flustered that he was detained on suspicion, which is not a crime.
We're done, but
Did he do his job?
I mean, I feel like my rights were violated.
Okay. If he deemed it suspicious and he detained you for a time until he could deem it, it wasn't suspicious.
You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion's not a crime.
There's a difference. A simple detainment is separate from an arrest. Are you in handcuffs?
Well,
Are you in handcuffs?
No, sir, but
have you been told you've been placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Okay, so all he's doing is talking with you to deem whether or not something was suspicious. And yes, at a school, after hours, when there's no other people around and you leave a bag around, yeah, that can be certainly deemed suspicious. And we want to make sure that our kids are safe here. And in doing so, we're doing our job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, he is going to check it out, and I expect him to, as my officer, to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and who do I speak to about this? As far as like
you're talking to.
All right, and you're saying that my rights weren't violated at all in any way?
Checked it out. If you weren't sitting in the back of this car and this is a personal contact, okay, and he wants to know who you are, he could have went down the road of obstruction, but he didn't.
That's a secondary charge. Obstruction. You have to have a.
You haven't been charged with anything yet.
Right. So how can he charge me with obstruction?
The young man seized the opportunity to point out the unfair treatment he had endured and asserted that his rights had been violated. Despite the clear mistake, the sergeant defended his officer's actions, insisting he acted within the law.
Okay, he deemed it suspicious.
A Terry stop doesn't mean I have to give away my rights. That's just a frisk. That's just DC.
Did he frisk you?
That's
Did he pat you down?
Right, that's a Terry stop.
It is a person-to-person contact.
Right, it's consensual. I don't have to tell you who I am unless I've committed a
He
crime.
hasn't done anything wrong, and neither have you. And we're gonna leave it at that.
He illegally searched my bag and took my ID, and he ID'd me. I have a right to privacy as a private citizen.
When you leave it in a parking lot and walk away from it and drive away from it, like he said you did.
But I didn't do that.
Okay, but that's what he's saying. I can only go based on what he said. I don't know what was here because I wasn't here. But he said you left it be. You
The
said
bag's right there, and I'm right here.
Okay, don't know.
You're right here. The bag's there, there, and you're here. How do you not know? You pulled up. You pulled up when he was questioning me with my bag sitting right there.
To know everything was going on when I'm pulling up to see, not knowing exactly what's taking place. How am I supposed to know that?
Well, you know that I'm right here still, so I didn't pull away from the bag.
Okay, I don't even know where the bag was at.
It's sitting right there.
Okay.
You watched him go over there and grab it. Come on, man.
It became evidently clear that the sergeant was taking sides, refusing to acknowledge the young man's claims. Instead of listening to what he had to say, the sergeant repeatedly defended his officer.
Nobody said you're being detained right now. You can walk away if you want to.
Well, he's detained me, is what he said. He said I was being detained.
At that point, you were detained. But you still weren't in handcuffs. You weren't putting anything. You were just trying to figure out what was going on.
Right, but I was being detained for...
I need to explain to you.
All right, can I have your business card?
What was?
You're saying that I have to identify upon request, and that's not correct. I don't have to identify who I am unless I've committed a crime. No, I think you might want to.
Okay. Have a safe day.
You too. Who's your lieutenant?
Lieutenant Waters.
Waters.
Sergeant backs off while setting a terrible example for other officers as he justifies his officer violating a citizen's rights and condoning an illegal search in his presence. Next up, we have a case of police officers using unnecessary force on an innocent man.
Back off.
I'm escorting.
What's going on?
Police officers received a call about trespassing. After arriving at the scene, they approached a black man standing close to the Carver Center and requested identification.
Okay. So we got a trespassing complaint.
Right.
So where are you going?
He just wanted to answer your question.
Okay.
So the thing is, the Carver Center over there, they don't want you back on property. They'll sign trespassing tickets. Okay? You understand that?
Let's just have a staring contest.
Right. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That state property over there, stop reaching behind you, bro.
Do you have any weapons?
Why do you keep reaching behind you, grabbing for stuff, man?
Back itches.
Back itches? Yeah, it looks bad when you do that. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
No,
Okay.
my back actually does itch. Bro.
Okay, we'll scratch it because you're wearing a bunch of heavy clothes. You're sweating in 72-degree weather. So the sooner you acknowledge that you're not supposed to go back to that property, the sooner we can just...
He doesn't want to acknowledge. He just wants to get something on video for YouTube.
Okay. Well, just so you know, I've said it on video. You're being recorded also. So don't go back over to that property.
The man refused to provide his identification and started demanding for the officer's ID and badge number. The situation escalated as the tensions rose between the guy and the cops.
What's your name and badge number?
Miller 1582.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's that for? What's that for? What's that for?
Don't
What are you doing?
touch-
What are you doing?
bro.
What are you doing?
Don't touch me.
Bye-bye. Go away.
I'm asking your name and badge number.
We don't have to give that. Bye-bye. Don't. What are you doing?
Name and badge number, dude.
Back off.
Go in your car.
Back off.
I'm escorting.
What's going on?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What's going on?
Oh, I cried.
What's going on?
I asked you for your name and badge number. I didn't touch you.
No, you pulled your fist up at me.
No, I didn't.
You approached me. You were going to attack.
No, I wasn't. I was actually.
Okay, now you're under investigative detention. Okay? Now we're going to determine who you are and why you're approaching a police officer with a fist.
Nope.
Yes. Yes, it's all on video. You can complain all you want to.
Well, Mr. I told you to go back to your car.
I'm going to double lock these cuffs so they don't get any tighter.
Do you have any weapons on you we should know about, man? Any guns, drugs, knives, bombs, grenades?
Will I be detained for a crime?
Yes, you're being detained for investigative detention.
What's that?
It's called investigation. Do you know what investigation means? It means we're going to investigate whether you did commit.
As the man moved forward, an officer aggressively pushed him to the ground and detained him for investigation. This unnecessary use of force raises concerns about the behavior of someone who is supposed to protect the laws and rights of others.
Raising a fist and approaching an officer is a threatening manner.
No,
That's called assault.
No, I didn't assault you.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Sit up.
Sit up.
Stand up.
On your butt.
Go inside.
Stand up.
Up, shoot. I'm gonna put it in your
my
shoe.
hand.
Get your shoe. We will get your property.
Grab my shoe, ma'am. Let's see, I'm exercising my first amendment rights. Action and badge number. I told you to go back to your car.
I don't have to give you my name and badge.
It is obvious that the cops broke the law when they used needless force against the man. However, similar to other corrupt cops, they refused to admit their mistakes and went ahead to arrest him. These officers took things a little too far to show their power.
Bruh, move! My titties are out! Move! Bitch, I'm not please!
Officers approached a 21-year-old woman and moved closer to her without giving any explanation. She instinctively felt unsafe and unsure of their intention. The officers' failure to communicate heightened the tension of the situation.
What you want? I didn't do nothing. You tripping. Hey, bro, you tripping. What the fuck? Hey, bro. Bro, you told me I'm a mom. What's wrong with you?
36
Come on, mama. The fuck? Move, I ain't got no shirt on,
You're being
bitch.
detained.
Move, I don't got no shirt on, bitch.
You're being detained.
Move, my titties are out. You stupid ass bitch. What's going on? Bro, move, my titties are out. Move, bitch, I'm not playing, bro. Hey, it ain't even all that serious. Don't come up here pulling your gun out of none of that. It ain't.
Get in the house! How about that?
Mama! Bro, somebody call my mama.
36 Delta, get us some units up here. We got people coming to the house.
Bro. Bro, let me the go. I don't got no mother.
Even though the woman had done nothing wrong, multiple officers used excessive force on her and pinned her onto the ground. She had kept screaming that her top had come off, but the officers were too ignorant and arrogant to listen to her.
I'm not doing nothing. Let me put my shirt on. Let me put my fucking shirt on.
Somebody running out? Oh, no, they were just coming out of the house on me, all of them. He's 10-15.
Hey, bro. Give us a blanket. Help me, young.
We need a blanket.
Like, come here. Just come here.
She's scared, like, what did I do? Like,
Okay,
and
listen.
he didn't even like before he just came in the yard. He didn't have no reason to come in the yard.
Get off of me.
Sure.
Get off of me.
I don't want her to be without a shirt.
Bruh, get the off of me, bruh. Real shit. Get off of me. Get off of me. Yeah.
Chill out.
Oh my gosh, why y'all twisting my body around? Get these cuffs off of me. Bruh, y'all got 30 cops on one female.
Just be quiet.
And then y'all trying to choke me.
No, we're not trying to. Pick your head up.
You want to kill the car?
Kill the car, please. Yeah.
The woman was charged with assault and resisting arrest. However, these charges were eventually dropped due to lack of evidence. Moving on, we have these incompetent police officers who were caught doing the unthinkable. On April 22nd, 2023, YouTube channel Truth Be Told Audits posted a video of its visit to the Walthall County Sheriff's Department for a general audit. However, the attitude with which they were met with will shock you.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Need that? No problem.
So, just wanted to tell him what you got. Well, I kind of wanted to take it home with me and fill it out.
Well, write us a letter.
Write you a letter.
Write a letter or something, I'll tell you.
What's that?
I used to complain on one of our guys, I guess.
Yeah, you can file a complaint with the sheriff.
But we really don't have nothing to fill out.
Yeah,
What do you mean by there's nothing to fill out? I find it extremely weird that there are no complaint forms at the sheriff's office. I'm sure it's now because of any possible sinister reasons.
I guess I need to give her a volunteer statement to fill out, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Great.
Yeah. We do that, we found one.
And what if I needed a public records?
Public records like what?
From the sheriff's department. Do you have a form for that to fill out?
What do you need as far, you need some of our records?
Yes, the public records, like.
We've got incident reports, and if you have to have anything that's confidential, you'll have to get a lawyer to subpoena us for that. I would give you like a report, that's all we have.
Wow, the arrogance on her face is horrible to look at. Is this how public servants treat the people they're meant to serve? Well, if it is, then we're failing as a society.
But the owners of the building also wanted us to come down and take some pictures of the buildings and stuff, so.
The owner of the building, this building?
Correct. This one and the one next door. And
So this is, maybe it's an officer in town you have an issue with? In the city limits?
Well, I basically wanted to document the process as I have it, you know. So an officer complaint form, a voluntary.
You got a volunteer statement form handy?
Yes.
Okay.
where do we what? Anywhere, it's just the street. There ain't like a we're just taking pictures. I love pictures. Don't you like taking pictures of different towns you visit? Oh, you don't? You don't take pictures at all? You don't?
Why y'all take pictures? Y'all go on that way. I can't hear you either.
We need to get on that way. What's your name?
Y'all need to leave.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? I don't need to know your name.
Yes, impose your authority where it is invalid like every other cop in this country. The behavior of our law enforcement just doesn't seem to improve at all.
Huh? Yeah.
You need to stay away from videoing in our cars. You do not video in our cars. That is our private vehicle.
What's your name?
None of your business. What's your name?
I don't like to give my name.
I'm looking in both of these vehicles.
You mean something and along the lines of?
He did. No, but I see you videoing this jail for what reason?
I don't know who you think you're talking to. You're not talking to a bunch of criminals out here.
No, ma'am. But
You
you
need to do that way. Hey, get out of that car.
Am I in that? Am I in that car? Am I in that car?
Our personal business.
De-escalate for one.
How are you actively shouting at a citizen for a completely lawful act as a public servant? Each time I see audit cases, these people forget their place and act like they personally own public areas.
You're saying what I can't see with my eye, I can't record. I can record anything I can see with my eye.
Well,
And that's why y'all should be doing everything right now. Y'all don't even know who we are. That's the thing.
that's exactly right. You need to tell us who you are.
But you don't come out and
If you're
escalate. You don't
going
come out
in
here
our
yelling at the
vehicle.
public. You don't come out here yelling at the public either.
Well, you don't go in my vehicle looking.
Was I in your vehicle?
Yeah, you don't video their vehicle, you scream at them, aiming to ruin their eardrums instead. Great job. Do you want an award for not filming people's cars?
Gotta be a liberal. Gotta be.
The only people out here breaking the law right now is y'all.
I'm not breaking a law.
You coming out here yelling at us like you think you own us.
You're looking in vehicles that is private vehicles.
We're allowed to record anything we see from public.
Look, First thing, talking and yelling ain't against the law, okay?
No, it's not.
And y'all looking in personal vehicles, that's against the law, okay?
That's called plain view doctrine.
Listen,
That's
listen,
plain-
shut your mouth and listen.
I'm not going to shut my mouth and listen. No, it's not like that. No, I could stand out here. I could walk through this parking lot. Why do I got to listen to you?
Because if it's a like personal vehicles, that's against that's a no.
That is not a no-no.
If it's our vehicle.
Do y'all use plain view? Do y'all, whenever y'all walk into people's car when you pull them over, do you not or not look in that vehicle? Use the plain view doctrine. We can look and record and see if we can see it from public. We can record it from public. Y'all need to learn. Y'all serious? Y'all really like this out here?
The fact that so many cops have had to surround him to pacify the situation and still none of them know the Constitution is kinda scary. As a citizen of this country, the state of our law enforcement is in the gutter and, well, we pay the price for it.
You already met me, yeah. Smoking in a city car, that's not the greatest thing either.
You know what?
Don't approach me. Please don't get near me.
I'm gonna let you know, okay? There's no policy against that.
Okay.
Sheriff's Department has no policy, so you're making an issue over something that's not there.
We pay for those cars.
What you need to do
is not get off this property.
Yes, you do. This is a
This is
restricted
public
area. No.
Where's the signs? I did not see not one sign. I did not see one sign restricting this area.
Prison.
If there's no signs restricting an area as public property, we're allowed to walk on that property. See, y'all don't know the law very well. See, this is what we're out here to do, is to educate.
I've seen so many audit cases, yet these cops never fail to make me laugh when they demonstrate how uneducated they are when it comes to the law. These auditors always end up schooling them, and their egos end up getting hurt.
Yeah, everybody has tried to be nice, and everybody
was
has
I raising
tried
my
to
voice?
be.
And was I raising my voice?
And
was I raising my voice? Was I raising my voice? Was I raising my voice? Was I being belligerent? Was I being?
Off the property.
I am walking off the property, and if I am moving that direction, I'm moving that direction.
Yes.
This is public property. It's public property.
This is as far as you can go, because this is a correctional facility.
Which makes it public property.
No.
Oh my God.
When you start dealing with correctional facilities, you are dealing with a restricted
Do people come?
area.
We got to cam back. Don't erase that because I'm going to get that footage.
These cops aren't going to get away with this. She is filming the video as if she's not in the wrong. She's filming evidence against herself. That is pretty hilarious.
What you can see from public can be filmed from public. That is law. That is law. That is law. No, it's no. It is called. It's called Constitution. Oh. That's exactly what we're doing. And the only people that are breaking the Constitution and violating people's rights right now is y'all. Hey, you'll see. You're protecting and serving and telling people to get off of public property.
You're protecting and serving yourselves.
Let's go back inside. Y'all are all dismissed. Y'all can go ahead and go back to work.
These cops clearly weren't cooperative this time, but let's see their attitude the next time the man revisited the department.
Y'all, back out here at Walthall County Sheriff's Office in Mississippi, coming to do a revisit. This is where we were and got trespassed off of the public property area. A lot more sheriffs out here today. But since we've been here last time, they put up restricted.
Auditor happened to revisit the department just a little while later. Let's see how the interaction goes this time. Seems these guys are really insecure about their site. Putting up signs after such an incident is the ultimate shout of "I'm wrong and guilty."
Afternoon already?
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Faster than I thought. Thank you.
Sherry, how are you doing? I'm here to drop off some complaint forms and do some open records requests. I need the footage from the warden's cell phone, the pictures that she took of us while we were out there that day.
Okay, you probably have to talk to the county lawyer.
The county lawyer?
Uh-huh.
Because that should be on just an open records request.
I don't know. It's above my pay grade.
Well, Sherry has clearly somewhat learned from her mistakes. She's a lot more humble and amiable.
Okay, that's all we got.
On both of them?
Okay, we do on both of them. And make sure we get it right.
Correct. We always, as public servants, have to make sure that we do our jobs right.
Okay. All right. I'm fixing to walk up and go to lunch.
Can-
Have a seat, okay?
All right, you making copies?
Yeah, make me a copy before I leave.
And those are the complaint forms.
She's probably mad because he hurt her ego. Well, maybe she should just do her job properly then.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. I was wanting to see, wasn't sure if Sherry was here, but I need to submit an open records request.
Submit a what?
Open records request.
Okay, and you got it in writing?
Yes, I sure do.
Okay.
And also if I can get it signed and dated and a copy as well.
Okay.
And you are the sheriff.
Give me a forwarding address and I'll.
Yeah, I got an email address that it can be sent to.
Just send them that email address.
Yes, the email address is on there.
Make sure ETRATS2
at gmail.com.
Okay.
And you're the sheriff out here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet
Daniel.
you. Nice to meet you.
Man.
This cop is much better than his fellow comrade. This should be the standard for our law enforcement, but unfortunately such behavior from cops is actually rare.
I gotta shake your hand because I really appreciate the fact that you came out and spoke with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course.
Have a good
Like I said, you see, we're not.
I apologize. I wasn't here the other day. I was at lunch. Me and my wife.
It was around 12:15 when
Yeah,
we came
yeah.
here and everything like that. So
I try to go from 12 to 1 if I get a chance, but sometimes it don't happen that way. I mean,
Right.
we got grand jury going on today. We present felony cases to the grand jury.
of course.
Some days
So
next.
I'm sure y'all are loaded full of stuff today.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
but like I said,
We definitely appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah, I
ma'am.
appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all.
That's the way it should be. We're out here standing up for our rights, but we're also standing up for your family's rights
That's
and
right.
all the rights of everybody in
Yes,
the
sir.
United States.
This is the state of the police force. If a cop employs common decency, you have to especially thank him when it should just be standard for us.
All right, people, there you go. And just to let y'all know, there will be still a 1983 lawsuit filed against them. These are just beginning stages. We need some of the open records requests back before we can do the 1983 because we requested some stuff in there. So, but I do still planning on filing a 1983. They completely acted different today, after they realized what was going on. And, yeah, I'm glad it turned out a little bit better today. But, they were already aware why we were here and everything like that. He clearly said that they've seen the video and
These cops could have easily gotten away with their transgressions, but luckily for the auditors being educated in the law and the video footage, I have to say it's hard to see a possibility where they're not being reprimanded. Much like in this case. In this next case, the auditor completely embarrassed uneducated cops with his knowledge of the law.
Stop using unnecessary tactics against me that didn't happen.
On August 10th, 2024, a video uploaded by the channel The Audit Observer showcased a man relaxing at his house when he was visited by two police officers who felt the need to disturb him for the pettiest of reason.
Doing at my door.
Well, I just want to talk to you about your contact at West.
I don't care what you want to talk to me. Look, what do you have nothing to talk to me about?
Sir, I'm not here for a confrontation.
I am a productive member of society. I am a citizen of the United States of America. You guys have no reason to unlawfully be at this doorstep right now. Did I commit a crime? Did I commit a crime? Hold on. Answer my question, please. You are at my doorstep asking me questions, right? Can you answer a couple questions first? Before you get into your questioning me, I am a citizen here. You will not violate any rights today, sir.
You always know how such cops are unwanted trouble when they act like this right off the bat. I'd act the same way if I was in this man's situation.
So, was I suspected of committing a crime?
Possibly.
Oh, possibly. So you have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
You could have been violent.
It could have, should have, shoulda, coulda, woulda, possibly, maybe on a rainy day.
Welcome to come to the West Bend Police Department.
I'm welcome to stay inside my home as well.
That's fine. When you go to a parking lot and start looking into vehicles.
That is a First Amendment protected lawful activity. It is publicly accessible, open to the public.
I am here to give you a warning for prowling.
Prowling?
That if you're looking into vehicles could be construed as prowling, okay?
Prowling for filming cars in a public area. Do these cops even know what prowling is? I don't think they do.
Do
I'm explaining the ordinance. I don't want to see you get a ticket.
How do I file a complaint on this?
Okay? Go talk to my supervisor.
No, well, you should have a complaint form, shouldn't you?
No, I don't need a complaint form. Talk to my
So to make a complaint about you, I have to talk to Your supervisor? Because you guys aren't crooked all the same, huh?
Talk to the chief of police then, okay? All right, I'm here to give you a warning for prowling and explain the ordinance to you when you're looking into vehicles, all right?
Anything my eyes can see, I can film. It's a First Amendment protected activity, and that was a publicly accessible parking lot.
Yes, they should have a complaint form, but they won't. Why? To save their own hide. For these cops, they're the first, and the citizens are a secondary priority, and for some, not even a priority at all.
Glad you guys came together, because guess what? I will be back.
Okay.
I will be back to see your guys' department again. Okay. Thank you so very much. Man, you guys will make my channel so amazing. You will see yourselves on the internet.
Okay.
You will see yourselves. Blah, 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 la, la, la. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't walk in the middle of the street, guys. Try not to violate any rights today or kill nobody, okay? Try not to violate any rights today, guys, okay?
These cops are used to gaslighting citizens, but unfortunately for them, this man is very aware of his own rights, and they are going to regret harassing him.
Showed up at my doorstep for engaging in a lawful First Amendment protected activity. This is how crooked the cops are, guys. How the f they even know who I was? I don't care. This is the problem with the police force, guys. Look at this.
Do you think this behavior is shocking? Well, you haven't seen the chief's response to the man's complaint yet. It will soon become very clear where these cops learn this behavior from.
That's not a problem at all, sir. I appreciate you taking the time to see me as quickly as you could. I very much appreciate that. Can I get your name and your badge number, sir?
Sure. It's Chief Ken Weiler.
Okay. Badge number?
I don't have a badge number. I'm the only chief.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you may have had one. Okay, so I'm here to file a formal complaint. You guys, I was told that you guys don't have complaint forms, and I wasn't given one.
You can file a complaint if you want.
Sir,
we actually have a
I have video footage of your receptionist as well as the lieutenant who engaged me 2 days ago, which I'm sure you know because you linked up with West Bend Police or with Hartford Police Department to send 2 detectives to my house yesterday.
I will once again say not having complaint forms is ridiculous. There have been complaint forms at every police department I've ever been to.
Detective McCarthy came to my house yesterday. Are you familiar with federal statute 18 USC 13-242?
I don't know the exact number.
Okay, well, that is deprivation of rights under the color of law, and it is a criminal offense. I spoke to an attorney, to your lieutenant 2 days ago, and have it on video. It's all on the internet about what I was doing. He knew I was engaged in lawful First Amendment protected activity. He didn't try to violate any of my rights. He called for backup, and they stalked me and they watched me, and I filmed it all. But they didn't try to do anything nefarious to me or anything.
This is what we need. More people willing to speak up for their rights in the face of corrupt cops. These cops are way too comfortable getting away with illegal acts easily.
First they threatened me with prowling, then they officially warned me for prowling. Now prowling is lurking with the intent to commit a crime. Right. I have it all on footage that I'm just filming and recording. And your officers knew that. The lieutenant himself knew that. He called for backup and did everything he did. I don't care, but he knew that. And so then the next day, you guys knowing what I was doing, knowing the preponderance of evidence that you guys had, there was no mitigating circumstances that would warrant you guys to even suspect me of anything nefarious.
The chief doesn't seem too interested, but at least he's listening to the man's complaint. That's more than I can say about most cops I see in these cases.
Can I just interrupt for a second here?
Yes, sir.
Because your question is why you were talked to yesterday.
No. I don't have a question. I'm here to file a complaint because you guys falsely gave me a warning for prowling, and that is nowhere near what I was doing. Excuse me, sir. Can I respond to what you just said?
You've been talking the whole time.
But if you're going to speak, you have to be accurate. Don't make inaccurate statements and expect me to go along with them. I'm not going to, sir.
It is very clear now that the chief's sole aim is to justify what the other officers have done. His pathetic attempts are painful to watch, watch and a perfect showcase of why the police force is so hated.
Not letting me explain the reason.
You're explaining the reason before you even tell me if it's right or wrong, sir. That is not how you do this. You either say it's right or you say it's wrong, and then you give your explanation and reasoning as to why such an occurrence happened in that particular point in time.
Yes, it was
you
right.
don't. Oh, it was right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm.
The information.
That is what I'm going. How? When all your officers talk to me, what information did you have that suspected you I was prowling? Tell me, please tell me what information you had.
Absolutely. The information that I had was that you and another individual were in the parking lot looking into vehicles.
So looking into vehicles is magically illegal now? I can't imagine arguing with such uneducated cops. I'd probably just have a huge headache for the whole day because they're so insanely incompetent. The man did well to explain his side of the story, but as the chief spoke, it was very clear that his only intention was to shoot the man's complaints down.
Nobody called you for a prowling complaint. Stop using unnecessary tactics against me that didn't happen. Don't shoulda, coulda, would've. Don't hypothetical me. You guys actually showed up at my house. This is not hypothetical. Don't give me a hypothetical possibility of something that could have happened when nothing happened, but you guys really came to my house. Don't do that. Don't give me a possibility when you guys actually took action. That is not how this works. Are you not sworn to protect the Constitution and uphold the law?
Yeah.
So what law was broken? No. I don't want to hear could've.
The chief has now refused to tell the man what exact law he had broken. I think it's pretty clear that the chief was only attempting to further violate his rights.
They investigated, and the next day you still deemed necessary to send detectives. The next day, after you knew what I was doing and I left the scene and went home and took a nap and nothing was happening and no laws were broken and nothing had happened, you still sent detectives. That is against Federal Statute 18 U.S.C. 13-242, deprivation of my rights under the color of law. I am filing a formal complaint right now for that matter.
That's fine. I'll have a supervisor.
Please
come
do.
out and take
Do
the
that. Do
complaint
that right
and we'll
now.
investigate.
Do that right now. Do that right now. I have the video footage. I'm gonna make your department look so bad. So you guys, you have been warned. So now we know. So go ahead and get your superior. You guys won't give me a form.
I'll have a supervisor come out and we can take it. You can write your own statement.
You have a form?
Yeah. For your
Okay, well then I don't need to do it in
Absolutely.
an intimidation to you guys. Give me the form and I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
That's all we need to discuss, guys. You see this guy? I thought he was going to conduct himself in a professional manner. This guy comes out talking about what they did was justified, like I'm not a citizen of the United States of America. So, okay, get my complaint form, and then we'll take about it there.
If you think this cop was corrupt, wait until you see the actions of this next goon in disguise of a cop. On July 28, 2024, in Los Angeles, a man named Alexander Mitchell was waiting for a friend in his car when an officer approached him about how he was parked. It was an incredibly small issue. It turned out to have devastating consequences.
Hey, roll the windows down. What's going on? You roll all the windows down? What's going on? Roll all the windows down. You're double parked. So what's going on? You're double parked, man. And you're sitting in the car. Turn the car off. Huh? It ain't on. All right.
The officer immediately took on a very presumptuous attitude while informing Mitchell's, going so far as to even open his car door, a detail that Mitchell would not miss.
But what's going on? I'm not on probation or parole. Okay. I'm at my house. You have an ID on you. You're double parked. But what does that mean, though? There's a cut. You're double parked the wrong way in the street. What does that mean? Why you open my door? I'm not on probation or parole. You have a license? I got everything. Why you open my door? Grab your license for me, man. I do, but why you open my door? Huh? Because you're ignoring me. I didn't ignore you. Can you step out of the car? Yeah, I can step out the car. Open my door like that. Weird. I ain't on probation or parole. For what? I'm gonna pat you down for what?
First, the officer made a bogus claim of Mitchell's ignoring him when he was clearly honest and open with the officer. But the way the officer blatantly profiled Mitchell, assuming him as a threat, was disgusting.
Why you sensing up, dude? Cause he, look what the is he doing? How you acting, bro? Man, get him off me. I know my way. Get him off me. Put your hands behind your back. You gotta get taped, bro. You gotta get taped. Just put your hands on your back, bro. Just put your hands on your back, dude. Put your hand behind your back. Your hands behind your back. Man, what did I do?
When Mitchells resisted the idea of him being searched simply due to the officer's bias, they immediately moved to arrest him, with no crime being committed thus far. However, what these officers did next in reaction was their most atrocious sin.
Oh! Oh! I got that record!
What did I do? You're gonna get in the car, man. You're going to jail. Turn around that way so you can
I ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
All of this over double parking. Now, what is insane is that so many people do this all of the time, everywhere you go, but you don't see any of them being dragged and manhandled like Mitchells was.
How you doing, sir? Hey, good. How are you? Good. We're gonna have to put him on the gurney. Okay. He's punched in the face. Officers have trouble breathing. Hey, come on, man. Relax, dude. You gotta relax. All right. Gurney, relax, man.
Hey, get on. What's your name? Delo. You're already in the gurney. Relax, man. There's no point in resisting. Oh, okay. Can you just cooperate? Delo,
Tell I ain't do nothing.
Imagine straight up hooking someone across the face for resisting an illegal arrest and then expecting them to be magically okay with you and cooperate. Talk about insensitive jerks. Gage, who is Mitchell's attorney, has filed a complaint against the LAPD in connection with the incident. The officer who threw the punch was taken off field duty pending an investigation. However, when it comes to profiling, some cops don't even bother making up a reason for their actions, like in our next case.
Is he wanted? Roll over! Roll over!
On June 6, 2020 in Fairfax, Minneapolis, a mentally unsound man, Lamonta Gladney, would be walking around the streets yelling for oxygen. Police and paramedics would arrive to de-escalate the situation, but things soon went horribly wrong.
Did you call, sir? Did you call? No? Okay. Did you hear anybody? Apparently somebody was saying they needed...
Man.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Man.
Nice to meet you. Somebody said they needed oxygen. That was you?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to go over to the fire department.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
You don't need oxygen?
Why you need oxygen? Why you need oxygen?
When the officer arrived, Gladney politely introduced himself, but it soon became clear he was not quite all there, unable to perceive the officer's words.
Who? Sabaya Pittman.
Who's Sabaya Pittman?
Sabaya Pittman.
Who's that?
Sabaya Pittman need help bad. Sabaya Pittman need help bad.
You can look out for two motorcycles racing in the neighborhood. No further in the lookout, 1369.
We take you to the hospital? Yeah. You'll go with us to the hospital? Yeah. You'll get in the back of the ambulance? Yeah. Come on.
So you're gonna get in the back of the ambulance, right? No?
While it was clear Gladney was not in his senses, he neither was a threat to anyone around him and was ready to be taken care of. Until things took a quick left turn.
Is he wanted? Roll over! Roll over!
No!
Anthony, relax. Anthony, relax. Anthony, give me your arm. Anthony.
No!
Step it up.
No!
An officer, Tyler Timberlake, immediately butted into the scene and tased Gladney without even comprehending the situation and continued to tase him even on the ground.
I got you. Got the arm. Get up. I got you. Got the arm. No. Got him. Come on, man. Calm down. You got cuffs? You got cuffs? Got that right there. Arms under here under Jackson.
We're at Fordson.
Jackson under your belly. I got him, Jackson. Go ahead. Let's go, Jackson.
Yeah, I got his shoulders down.
I got him right here. You got him right here. No. Coming up. Didi. Got him. Got him. Didi, I can't breathe, Didi. All right, get him. Nobody on Didi. I can't breathe, Didi. No, nobody's on your neck. Nobody's on your neck, buddy.
What makes this incident all the more disgusting is that it was only days after the George Floyd incident in that same city. It just goes to show this kind of corruption and prejudice in the system was not just limited to the two officers in that case. Timberlake was relieved of duty and charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor assault and battery. Nearly 2 years later, he was acquitted by a Fairfax County jury. Gladney did not testify during Timberlake's trial, but sued Timberlake and the county and settled the case for $150,000. In our next case, however, an officer not only shows a dangerous disregard for the law, but also a petty childishness to go along with it.
Get on the ground. Oh yeah, put me on the ground. Watch out, ma'am. Put me on the ground.
On June 16, 2022, a Toronto cop, Musa Talil, arrived at the scene of an altercation with a man infuriated over the fact that he received a parking ticket. While several other officers had arrived on the scene, Talil would set himself apart from them with his behavior.
I want to stop causing a disturbance right now. Buddy, shut the Yeah, what are you gonna do? I want the gonna Get on the ground. Oh yeah, put me on the ground. Watch out, ma'am. Put me on the ground. Do something, yes. Hold on. Hold on, wait. Let's him do something. The stupid little mother. You're giving people tickets left and right.
Despite the man's unwarranted anger, he was completely unarmed and making no physical moves. Yet Talil still deemed it necessary to pull a weapon out on him, acting like a schoolyard bully.
Okay, so be reasonable with that. Yeah, but tell him to have some respect. He's wearing a fucking uniform. I was a security guard for 12 years. I know that. What did he say to you? It's fucking disrespectful the way he talked to me. How? You don't talk to me and call me a fucking boy. I'm a man, you little bitch.
Stop walking towards me like that.
But ain't nobody walking towards you, and if I walk to you, there's no all you're gonna do. Nothing you're gonna do. You hear me?
I don't know.
Because I'm ready to die, but I'm fucking you.
Over a parking ticket?
I don't give a fuck. I'll die for less than that, motherfucker.
The man revealed the true reason for his unbridled rage, that the officer who gave him a ticket had allegedly been racially mocking him.
This is a nigga, you come in acting like you're all bad. I make an example out of you. Do something you do.
No, you're not. Keep
then
yapping
put
your mouth.
And put it on me, then you see what happens.
Keep running your mouth.
Yes,
that's you know.
Come on, man. You little white supremacy brother.
Yeah, white supremacy. Shut your mouth.
You a bonus,
Shut your mouth.
Why don't you do it now?
Shut your mouth.
Do it, nigga.
Shut your mouth.
I'm done now, you
Go away.
You wanna make me?
Yeah, come walk towards me.
I'm walking towards you now.
Yeah.
Do something, you
When the man started running his mouth at Officer Talil, he did what no cop should do in a situation like this and started arguing back like a middle schooler trying to win an argument. It just goes to show just how mature of a person he was.
Yeah. Do it, you and you see if you don't suffer some serious consequences.
Yeah. Keep threatening me.
Not threatening, I'm telling you, there's consequences to your action.
Yeah. I'm offended you calling me.
Hear what you offended off?
Yeah, I'm really offended.
I'm just showing you that I'm more supreme than you.
Yeah, you're not supreme. Pull up your shorts and go back inside.
I'm cool. Ain't nothing he's gonna do because I'm sure I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die.
Yeah. Because I'm offended by customer.
Stop. Take your hands off.
This guy's behavior was way out of line. But as an officer of the law, Talil was to be held to a higher standard. A standard he repeatedly kept failing as he brought his ego out into this incident. However, this wouldn't be the only thing he would do out of his wounded pride.
Buddy, listen to me. You don't approach somebody and call him a boy. That's very disrespectful. I'm even older than you.
So why don't you explain that when we come here? Yeah, you fuck up.
Your mother's a bitch and a whore.
Oh yeah, where's your mother? Where's your mother?
Actually, you know what? She's dead, but your mother was last night.
Yeah, sure was.
I always want to show, but take it easy.
Over a parking ticket and just running that guy there. Exactly the same thing when we got here. I cautioned it for causing a disturbance.
Excuse me? Cautioned him, you say?
Get on the ground.
Oh yeah, put me on the ground.
Watch out, ma'am.
Put me on the ground.
It seems not only was Talil so butthurt, he felt the need to keep escalating the situation, but also tried to lie about his own involvement, all because he held a grudge.
Buddy, I can scream. Listen to me. I can scream whatever. Let me tell you something. I'm governed. Whatever. Listen. One second. I'm telling you this. For your sake and everybody's sake, I'm a killer. I kill for a living. I don't give a I'll tell you that straight. Put on your camera, record, and I don't give a And I'm ready to die. Die from cancer, don't give a But when somebody approaches me and calls you a boy, That's a slave code for slave. And I even got a chance to address it because you called me a boy. Who the f you call?
The man was adamant on the fact that he was willing to die on this hill, referring to his career in security. This bit of information will be useful for what happened next.
There's a guy freaking out. Buddy, because that right there, come try and take. Hey, let me tell you.
Sir.
Pull your test and put it at me and see what happened here.
Sir.
From what I'm hearing, but he's quite loud and here. I'm out. What he did was wrong. Okay, he can give his ticket and all. But don't go around calling people boy. That's very disrespectful. All right, 1734.
Where you from, 14?
Leo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but the thing down there.
You call him boy. You call him a boy.
It seems Talil's attempt at twisting the story to his advantage quickly failed, as this guy was not willing to be silent at all.
Oh, yeah, I didn't threaten nobody. Okay? Be cool. Put your hand behind your back. You're arrested. Sifu. You're under arrest for arrested for threatening that. Sifu, I didn't threaten nobody, buddy.
You'll be dealt with, obviously, as an investigator, right, to make a statement.
And who are you?
I'm a detective constable. Sorry, I know I'm...
You see me threaten him?
No. So obviously, I just spoke with the parking enforcement officer, right? They're taking a statement right now.
Okay, and what did he say I said?
So he said you threatened to kill him.
What? Okay, it's recorded, right? Okay, good.
So that's what they're doing.
Okay, that's right, because... Good, very good.
Since the man's fury had managed to hurt all their precious little egos, Talil and the other officers would decide to arrest him in retaliation, twisting his own words against him.
I'm a killer. I kill for a living. I don't give a I'll tell you that straight. Put it on your camera, record it, and I'll give a and I'm ready for that.
Two very different meanings here, as he was simply exaggerating himself and his own bravado rather than threatening anyone.
Do you need anything from the car?
But just don't
ask us
Well, I'm taking it.
Don't talk.
No, you're not taking him.
You're not taking nothing.
No,
That's my
I don't
wife's
want
house.
him. I don't want him taking him.
Do you have a say?
You're not taking me nowhere.
Yeah, I do have a say.
No, you don't. Is that one of your customers or she owns here? Oh, where do you want him to go?
Seafood.
Okay, he's gonna go with him? Okay.
This guy, okay?
Okay.
Okay, don't worry about it, buddy.
Unfortunately for Talil and his smug attitude, his behavior that day wouldn't go unnoticed. It turns out Talil had broken several laws himself, dangerously speeding his way to the scene of this incident, as well as the ones on camera, and would be taken off the field. His response was priceless. Our final case for the day includes almost 6 heavily armed officers against 1 smart citizen, and you won't be able to guess who's winning.
Okay, well, you have no authority over me, so you don't.
You don't have any authority over me.
I'm not telling you which way to walk.
On October 13th, 2024, the channel owner Long Island Audit uploaded footage of his experience standing on a sidewalk outside the U.S. National Reconnaissance Office, where the security's treatment of him was, to put it lightly, less than ideal.
Hey, how are you? Who are you, sir?
Are you videotaping?
Who are you, sir?
I'm an officer. I'm with, I work here.
Do you work for the government or do you work for a private security company?
Is there a reason why you're asking these questions?
Well, yes, because you came up to me and you asked me if I needed anything, so I would like your name and what security company you work for.
The reason why we're asking you is because you...
Hey, sir, can I get your name and what security company you work for?
The interaction naturally began with a lot of questioning, as a man standing right outside the fence with a camera is a peculiar sight. But when Sean threw that same energy back at them, suddenly they became too shy to answer him.
Dude, you do realize you've already crossed the fence line, right?
Isn't that the fence right there behind me?
Fence line's right over there, sir. You can record anything you want outside on the sidewalk.
This is publicly accessible. There is no fence line.
There's actually a sign in front.
Right. There's a sign.
Past the fence line. Babe, give us a second. We'll get you some help.
Right. I'm sorry, sir. Who are you and what security company do you work for?
It's like watching a first grader get too awkward to introduce himself in front of the class, but this was only the beginning.
You guys are armed to the teeth, huh? Do you guys receive a lot of threats on this facility or anything like that? Is that why you need to be armed?
So just so you're aware, you are actually trespassing because this is private property.
This is public property. How is it private?
Actually, our property begins within that fence line right there.
What fence line?
You see that fence right there, the black fence right there?
Yeah, I see the fence.
You see the other fence?
But it's open to the public. There's nothing that says that this is restricted area of anything. The restricted area is behind the fence. That's the way it said.
How much would you guys be willing to bet that the security guard made up this little unknown fact right there just to get rid of Sean? Because it was clear he wasn't going to simply back down.
It's open. How did I get in here if it's restricted? You're not doing a good job of restricting it if I got here, right? But how did I get into a restricted area without hopping a fence or doing anything like that? Are you law enforcement?
Security.
You're security? Okay. Maybe we could talk to law enforcement?
Yeah. They're on their way. We can talk to them.
Okay, great.
Just make sure you stay away because there's a lot of traffic right here.
Right. I don't want to get in anybody's way.
The fact that a random car casually drove by them at the same moment as this guard claiming that Sean was standing in a restricted area is a straight up divine display of the guard's ignorance right there.
I'm not past the fence. I'm not.
They're all monitors. That's why we're here, because we were able to see it.
Okay, yeah. So you have cameras here too? Right. So what's wrong with one more? It's just one more camera. I'm not a threat to anybody here. I'm just getting some B-roll footage of a taxpayer-funded facility. This is a government facility, correct? Yeah, so my tax dollars goes to support this facility. So I just wanted to come out and take a look.
So far, Sean had only been playing with his food with these two security guards acting like shy little girls while lugging around heavy rifles. But the real challenge was yet to come.
This is public property.
No, this is not public property.
How is it not public property? It's open to the public. This is a secure area here behind me, and I'm not in the secure area, Sergeant.
But here you are in the secure area.
But there's nothing that labels this a secure area. There's nothing that says this, you are now entering a restricted area. There's no signage, nothing. There are signage that say you can't go past the gate here.
As more security personnel arrived and got a taste of Sean's strict logic, it soon became clear they never bothered to give their jobs that much thought.
Come on, right here where you stand.
I'm not saying right where I'm standing, no, but there's nothing preventing anybody from going this way. What's the issue? Am I getting national security secrets by standing in a publicly accessible area? I'm not in a restricted area, am I?
I'm telling you where you are. You are trespassing.
But you're not law enforcement.
I'm mentioning this again, but the fact that all these guards are standing here trying to convince Sean that he's trespassing while public vehicles just drive right behind them is way too hilarious to take seriously at this point.
Well, then can we get law enforcement so I can speak to somebody who actually has knowledge of the law?
I'm done answering your questions.
Or hopefully they have knowledge of the law.
I'm done answering your questions.
We have someone in route who's going to answer all your questions.
Yes, indeed.
This is publicly accessible area. I got here by... If this is a restricted area, it's a very bad restricted area. Private, who owns it? The government. So the government's private? Sounds silly to me that the government would be a private entity.
These guards just proved with every passing moment that they weren't paid to think at all, but to only intimidate and shoo away people. Sean wouldn't tolerate this.
We have another officer here. Hey, how are you, sir? Yeah, just because you came up behind me, so I just wanted to make sure I got you. You were called to the location? Okay, not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this all necessary for a man with a camera? I know you don't want to answer any questions, Sergeant. It's a rhetorical one then. You don't have to answer, but...
This entire incident thus far just goes to show how fragile these kinds of government employees really are. And despite all their heavy weapons and intimidation, can't even win an argument against one auditor.
Hey, what's up, man? All right. I'm taking pictures, man. I'm taking pictures. I'm not. I'm being very cordial. You know me. I'm being cordial. No, I'm not giving anybody a hard time, man. I'm taking pictures in public. Is that a problem?
Those are good people.
If you know who I am, I'm not bothering anybody.
I know that, but come on now. You know what I'm saying? He's a well-follower on YouTube. Well-follower. He gives training to police department too.
Even one of the employees inside the facility knew about Sean and his work around government institutions, so you would think this would dispel their unnatural fear. But unfortunately, quite the opposite happened.
I'm the duty officer for the day, so that's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know.
Yes,
okay. I just wanted to know. Are you a law enforcement officer? Okay. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just taking some pictures and video.
You're on private property, sir.
It's private. Who owns it?
This is private property, sir.
Who owns it?
So you're on private property once you come off the sidewalk out there.
But who owns this property?
So we're going to be taking care of that here in just a minute.
But who owns the property? There's no sign saying that. Well, you're not a law enforcement officer, so I don't have to give you anything. I wouldn't have to give a law enforcement officer my ID. I'm not breaking any laws.
The duty officer kept stubbornly insisting what everyone else had failed to prove thus far, and the best thing he managed to do was simply dodge all of Sean's questions.
So if it's a private, do you own it?
I'm not going to sit here and argue.
I don't want to argue with you either. Do you own the property?
So if you can just please step back, sir. Please step back that way. Yeah.
Step back which way?
Just start walking back that way.
Is law enforcement coming? Because I would like them to clear up your misconceptions of what's private and public property.
They're on their way, sir.
They're on their way?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll wait for them over here. No problem.
Well,
There's no need. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for them. I said I'll wait for them. No problem.
I said walk that way. Sir.
Okay. Well, you have no authority over me, so you don't.
You don't have any authority over me.
I'm not telling you which way to walk.
The duty officer repeatedly tried to assert dominance over Sean like a gorilla in a zoo enclosure, but to no avail, given the fact that he still could not answer some very simple questions.
So I don't understand you obviously don't know the law. You don't know the difference between public and private property. It's ridiculous. You don't know the difference. How is it private if it's owned by we the people? How is it private? What sign? No, once you enter in the secure property.
Sir, you're subject to search and seizure.
So search me, go ahead. You can't, right? That's what I thought. All right, that's what I thought.
Well, that brings us to the end of this video. We have seen how these corrupt officers, once confident in their power, face the full weight of accountability. Their unchecked behavior finally met the justice they thought they could avoid. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video. And also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video right here.